are just not motivated enough to vote for a 84-year-old Joe Biden, and they all think he's Sleepy Joe and he's got dementia. He did admit that he's got sleep apnea since 2008. He used a sleep apnea machine, so he might have a, but I don't think he's dementing. He's not like Ronald Reagan gone full Alzheimer's.
Yeah. All right, sorry, my Discord's killing me. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, congratulations on not having to be here for that, though. That's great for you.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
Okay.
I got some people waiting in the box. I appreciate you coming up.
No,
all right,
thank you.
we'll see.
Thank you, man.
All right. God bless the UK. Some people might be headed over there soon. Zach on Demon Time. I think that's what that was. These usernames are stumbling me today. Hey, Zach.
Hey.
It's weird when you eat when you get on a microphone. That's weird.
Yeah. Why would I vote?
How old are you?
19.
19. What year were you born?
2004.
Cool. Could you? I really do have like a thing with people eating. It like bugs the shit out of me. Could you not eat while you're on? It's like, okay, thank you.
So why would I vote for Trump? Why would I vote for Biden?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean,
can you stop eating, please? All right. Weird. See, dude. It's so weird. Does anybody else have that? It's like, it's nails on a chalkboard for me. Like, I have a real problem if I hear that. Turtle, good morning.
Oh, shoot. Am I on?
You're on.
I had no idea I could even get access to that.
Well, now you know. Welcome.
Hey, yeah, thank you. I listen to your content all the time. Love what you do.
Appreciate that.
And yeah, thanks. Keep on keeping on, man.
All righty. Any wise words for the people?
I have no idea how to drop.
I'll get you. I can take care of it.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm like sitting here doing painting stuff, so I'm just
all right. Turtle. I'll drop you that. Thank you. Congratulations on your new access, Turtle. That's terrific. I'm very proud of you. Looks like you got some followers. Care Bear's up next. Good morning, Care Bear. Oh, no Care Bear. We unloaded the that chick Beth is here.
Hi there.
Beth. Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Wonderful.
I'm not opposition.
Okay.
And this might be a topic that you're not even well versed in, but
there's a possibility.
well, I'm not well versed in it either, but it's a concern of mine, and it's always in the back of my head. Is Russia. And I know how Russia, they did their thing in Italy trying to get involved with their voting, and how Italy is very corrupt or was corrupt. How they got involved with Turkey. Russia got involved with Turkey. I know that Russia is now, having a lot of influence in Africa to the point that they were shaking hands at the Central African Republic Summit, that the coup in Niger, they were flying Russian flags in Africa.
I think Slovakia just also accused Russia of meddling in their election as well.
Yes, and so the Turkey and Italy thing were before the U.S.
Right.
So, because I did this whole deep dive back in 2016 out of pure shock. So, so anyways, because I've never thought of Africa as like an enemy, like continent, countries, whatever. It's always been just Russia. But now I'm concerned about Africa because Africa is huge, and it's just not good if they're in cahoots with Russia. So that combined with my concern that Saudis owning our top oil refinery in the U.S. and Trump being in with the Saudis and, what's his name? The kid, Jared. With the billions, with the Saudis.
Okay.
So anyways, all of that in a bubble scared the hell out of me if Trump got elected. And I think that anyone that's Gen X like me, that like lived during the Cold War and everything, would also or should also have the same concerns as I do. Like,
Yeah, I think Russia influence peddles all over the world. You're right that I'm not an expert on this, but I do think that what Russia loves to do is they try and be influential all over the world, and then they'll put out their own news stories that their influence is being like super impactful. We're still giving millions and millions of dollars in aid, and we still have strategic partnerships all over Africa. Now, Russia's trying to get in there, and it's smart by some of these African countries. If Russia can offer them something and help them out with something, like, why not take the aid? They're trying to develop. And in many cases, they'll need that aid. But I don't know. I'm not that educated on this, but I haven't seen anything that leads me to believe that, like, Russia and China now are in control of the continent of Africa. And even if they were, militarily, I don't know how huge that is.
right, I agree. I agree.
Land wars.
Yeah. I agree. It's a creeping in of certain parts of Africa and certain countries.
But they've been doing that forever, and they've been trying to, like, show their influence forever, and they keep winding up not really having influence. They keep losing. I guess for decades they've lost these battles to, like, these strategic partnerships and alliances. They keep losing, mostly because they're all corrupt, and people. Right. Once they're around them at all, they're like, "Oh wait, I forgot you guys are corrupt." That's why.
I guess it was this past July when they were waving the Russian flags. That kind of was like, like, to me, you know.
But again, like, whatever. That's who knows? Like, who knows that that's not just like staged optics? Who's right, to say that they weren't like, "Hey, grab these flags, be in the streets, like, wave them around and act like everybody here"? Because you're still just seeing a small amount of people waving a Russian flag. I have no idea what that even means. Maybe they're just saying, like, "Thank you for sending aid." They could mean a million different things.
Right. That's good. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was just trying to see what your idea was, because I don't hear, no one seems to, well, not no one, but a lot of people on lives don't really talk about, like, the world issues. Mm-hmm.
Including me. It's not where I'm great. I'm trying to learn more, but it's not where I'm great. So I kind of leave it.
Well, most of us are focused on ourselves.
Right.
So, which is normal.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
That's right. Yeah.
So, but anyway, thank you for having me up.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, nice to meet you, Beth. We'll see you.
Nice meeting you.
All right. I don't know if there's some Russian experts coming up there. This is user with a whole bunch of numbers here. Hey, user, lots of numbers. Are you there? Car guy? Hello? I'm getting messages like, stay away from talking about Russia. Yeah, I know. I'm careful. We got to be careful about saying that guy's name over there in Russia. You say that and you start getting some people listening in. All right. Did I already talk to Turtle? We already did that, right? Oh, yeah. Turtle was the one that left and came back up. All right. I do need to check in with Miss Julie. It looks like we got to have a check in with Miss Julie, seeing she's doing okay. Oh, user was in the chat and then came up and said nothing? Is that what happened? I didn't even see that. All right, user, jump back in the box. Maybe we lost Miss Julie. All right, Miss Julie, if you want to come back later, you can. Oh, he's still chatting? Wait, hold on. He came up, didn't say anything, and then went back to the chat to talk? Aw, widow guy. Widow guy. We'll see if we can get user back up here. Just mostly looking for opposition, please, in the box. Mark, Katrina, Turtle, I see it, but I am looking for some opposition right now. I get too bored if people agree with me. It's got to be something about my childhood. I probably have like a messed up childhood, right? That's got to be some stuff. Agreed. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with that. All right, well, we'll head to Twitter for a second, see what's going on at Twitter. Anybody ex-Mormon talk? Let's run everybody out of here. People don't like talking Mormon talk, but ex-Mormon talk, that might be even worse for some people. That could be very triggering. Just like in boredom. What are these? Turn off invites for the. Let's see, decline that. I am too. I'm just saying it might just be me and you, Amber. We might just be talking alone, one-on-one. Congratulations on your escape. It's terrific. Jenny says that's their favorite, which is weird. Like if I go to trending, then I got President Nelson trending on my Twitter. What did he do? Still reeling a bit from President Nelson's address. I don't think I've ever heard him be so direct and forthright. Oh, that's right. It was General Conference this weekend. Oh, yeah. Okay. For any of you who don't know, that's the Mormons like twice a year get together and they watch all the leaders speak on TV. So that's why he's doing that. I don't think I can do that. That's an American Mass. You're welcome to come up, but you got to change your profile picture because that's a brand that gets me in trouble. So you can't have a brand. I'm pretty sure you got me once before or somebody did the same thing. Not Mormon living in Utah. God bless you. That's Gorilla Gang, welcome.
What's going on?
Ah, just hanging out. How are you doing?
Gorilla Gang, welcome. How's it going? I'm doing good.
Good.
Hold on a second. Are you getting feedback? Because I'm
getting an echo. You want to drop and come back up? I'll get you. Here, I'll drop you. You can come back up though. Good question. I don't know how I got my hat so fast, Benny. I get notifications when everybody's order shipped and it shipped fast. The only thing I got the hat, I got 2 hats and a shirt. The coffee mug and the cup aren't here yet. So I guess they don't always ship everything all together. Straight. Alley Pants says 100% stereotyping that guy. Straight to jail. Straight to jail with me. Go ahead and come back up. Guerrilla Warfare, or I can't remember what that name was. Where is Whisper today? Good question. I don't know where Whisper is today. He has like a real ass job. He may just be doing actual work. Did user leave? You guys see the new Miss Julie sticker? Got Miss Julie. That's the Miss Julie one, right? Stuck to the refrigerator. If somebody wants to come up with a better one, I can take care of that. That was what I had at the moment, and Whisper was busy. Whisper is one of our mods. I don't see him today. Infectious Bites, I believe, is here. Bree, I believe, is here. Korean Leftist, I don't know if Korean Leftist is here today. I think Jen is here. We got a lot of our moderators are here. All right, we'll bring up American Mass. I've been told that Handsome Liberals Live Snuggles went over there to try and drag me. He's going to hate that clip. Welcome, American Mass.
Hello. So, Donald Trump was the greatest thing to ever happen in American history. He is the greatest dictator to ever set foot in the office.
Okay, keep it going. Get it all out.
He is a model, a GQ model. He is a woman. He gets all the ladies. He is a businessman. He has a beautiful family. His son is 6'8" NBA player. His daughter is a Ukrainian, beautiful, blue-eyed, blonde hair model. He is worth billions of dollars. Why wouldn't you want this staple of a man up in office running this country?
That's a good. You know what? You got me there. I think you got me there. You're right. I'm switching my vote.
I mean, look at he's 6'3", 220 pounds. All right,
215.
All right, 215. He can hit a good golf ball. All right, have you seen him hit a golf?
I've seen him shank it a few times. He's not a bad golfer though. Yeah.
Okay, so why wouldn't you want him over Sleepy Joe up in office?
That's a good point.
Do you have any debate on that? Do you have any?
No, no, you got me on this one. I think you got me stuck.
So did I win this debate?
You did.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, American Mass. Appreciate it. Taking me down one at a time. Hacko here. Hi, Hacko. That's right. Yeah, I'm going full. I've moved sides. Straight Republican now. I mean, listen, if that wasn't parody, bad read on me. Bad read by me. But usually when they're laughing while they're saying things like that, it's a good sign that it's parody. What did we say about Snuggles was bitching about you over enhanced liberals life? Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that he was complaining about me. What's he mad about? That he doesn't know anything? Is that the thing that's got him upset today? Adderall is trending. How is Adderall trending in Twitter? Okay, what is this? Let's just see what this is.
Top person in Austria.
Let's see. Trump apparently is talking about how to fix the forest from burning. Let's see.
We're sending billions of dollars to California for forest fires. Their forests are burning down. And I was with a gentleman, a very top person in Austria. He said, sir, we have more flammable trees than you do on your coast. We don't have forest fires. We have land management. They take care of the land. They pick up the dead trees. You know, a tree doesn't burn very easily unless it's dead. Then it gets dry and it burns. The leaves on the ground, they're 5 feet thick over here. They clean the floor. And everybody said, oh, how ridiculous management of a forest. You know, they all said, like, what the hell? But they don't have forest fires in properly run locations. What we have is horrible. And we can actually dampen our forests with water that costs us nothing, that will come pouring down from the north. Wouldn't that be nice? If you had dampened floors, you wouldn't have forest fires. So we'll work on that.
Standing ovation for, if you have dampened floors, you won't have forest fires. All right. Well, here's the thing. If you would like to fix our forest fire problem, and you would like to hire a bunch of people to go through our forests and take care of the trees and rake leaves, you're going to spend a lot of money to do that. So just advocate for that. But he acts like everybody is just like sitting around and they're like, what are we going to do? You can't do anything. He acts like we have the resources to do all this, but then like that's not the issue. The issue is that just like nobody's going out there with their rakes and raking up the forest. And also I like that he calls it the floor. That shows you like Donald Trump is either on a golf course or inside. He doesn't know that like not everything is man-made. I think he thinks like a forest. We made it and we put leaves down on the floor to make it nicer. I don't know what that was, but somebody said his brain is turning into goo. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the front runner. There's your front runner for the GOP primary. Watching videos of Joe Biden ride a bike, doing some push-ups. Beautiful. I was just looking for the one of Donald Trump doing push-ups or riding a bike or doing anything. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't see that. Still no opposition. What is going on? All right, we'll have to go no opposition. Mark, what's up? Mark, are you still here?
No.
Hey, Mark.
You know, I've decided to change my vote to Trump. Actually, yeah. As soon as Travis Kelce dumps Taylor Swift for me, you know, because I can make the bad boys good for a weekend too. You know, so when that happens, you know, and Travis and I are going to get married, I'll send you the invite, and I'll definitely change my vote to Trump. I promise you. Okay. Okay,
sounds good. Yeah, it feels like an uphill battle. If we're being honest, it just feels like an uphill battle there, Mark. But I appreciate the effort. How about Taylor Swift? Those videos are hilarious, by the way, of the people that are like telling their husbands that Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map. He picked up like 1 million Instagram followers. That's a good raise for Travis there. Total, welcome back. You're really figuring it out.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah,
yeah, it took me a minute. So yeah, I was arguing about this with my brother the other day, and admittedly not very well informed on this topic. And I heard you allude to it a few days ago, so I thought you might be able to share some perspective. So you hear about open border policy. Republicans talk about it all the time, especially the MAGA group. And what I've learned is that, yeah, in fact, there are, roughly 5 million illegal immigrants that have made it in the United States, I guess, since Biden's presidency. And that's according to Pew Research. Okay. So just wondering, admittedly, Biden's not just allowing immigrants to flood in through the borders. Border policy and border guards are still doing their jobs down there. But they're still just overwhelming the border in general. So you mentioned the other day that influx of immigrants, whether legal or not, has somehow saved our asses here, in the U.S. So
yeah, I think I was talking about perspective. Yeah, I was talking about Title 42 ending. So with COVID, there were a lot of people that had work visas and they were sent back specifically to Mexico because we didn't have the jobs, like we were shut down, right? And then by getting rid of, by undoing Title 42, those people came back. And in many areas, specifically in Arizona where I'm at, there were farmers that just didn't have anybody to work. And they relied on migrant labor. And this was legal migrant labor, by the way. They relied on that to pick their crops. And so we were having farmers all over the country that couldn't pick their crop. The crops were just drying up or shriveling up. And so them reversing Title 42 and bringing in migrant workers, it was huge for us. I think that's what I was talking about. Kind of saved our asses. Definitely saved down south of me. It saved millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Well, some of those immigrants were allowed to go to Florida. Maybe it helped them out there too, but that's not happening.
Sorry, what's going on? I don't know if you're getting that same thing. Oh, what's going on with TikTok? Can you guys hear him still? He's not on my screen anymore. Now he's gone? That was weird. Did it get weird for you guys? Oh, can you guys hear him? No? Okay, shit, I can hear him. Turtle, if you're there, will you just close out of the app? I don't know what happened there. I can hear you, nobody else can. It sounded like you were breaking up and then all of a sudden you were gone. City Indy, welcome. My life in general gets weird. It's true. Welcome. Yeah, you're on mute. Terrific. You're on mute. City Indy, I think that says. There you are.
All right, what's going on with you, buddy?
Hey, can you get maybe closer to your mic? I can't really hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
It's all right. It's not great, but what's up?
I'm just calling to let you know blacks for Trump, man.
Are you driving right now by chance?
A little bit.
All right, brother. You got to go. Can't be driving while you're on TikTok. What is going on today? Was this last Monday? I think last Monday was like this, wasn't it? Wasn't last Monday like this, if I remember right? DG, welcome. Might just be like a Monday thing. Hey, DG.
Hey, Jay, how's it going, man? I'm a big fan of yours, man. I'm following you for a little bit.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, the previous call, I think it was Turtle that was talking about the immigration and thing, man. I'm from Texas, and of course, and I also grew up, I have immigrant parents. They're from Mexico, and they came over here, in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And luckily, I was born over here. I was blessed to be born over here, but
you really adopted that Texas accent.
Oh, did I? Yeah, man. But in growing up, man, I got to. As I got older, I got to see how my parents struggled. Right, I saw how they're through the trials and everything they had to go through to make it over here, and just seeing my mom, working for basically she did the the stereotypical housekeeper jobs.
Stay-at-home mom. Yeah,
and then dad, working the fields, working 16 hours, and finally, man, by the grace of God, they finally got their citizenship, they got their residency and everything, and were able to actually come up and be something. But a lot of the talking points that I hear from these right wingers, man, is that it's the open border thing or the illegal immigrants, and one thing I encourage them right wingers to do is to actually look into what the process is, because they don't just come over here and that's it. They're seeking asylum, they're looking for a better life. And my ex-wife, her and I have a great relationship. We got 3 kids together. She was an immigrant. She was illegal when she came over here. She was undocumented at the age of 3. And when her and I got married in 2007, 2008.
Hey, DG, real quick. I need to make sure you're not driving, right?
No, I'm a passenger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I'm about my driver trainer over here. He's driving, so I'm next.
Okay, cool.
But you know, my wife, she was undocumented, and man, I finally got to see the process firsthand, what it took to become a resident, how to get your work permit and then your residency and then her citizenship, right? And man, I tell you what, after everything was said and done, we ended up spending about $12,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's including, you know, all the forms, going through Homeland Security, going through get an attorney, you know, because a lot of people are like, well, you don't need an attorney for that. I call BS, because every form you fill out, you have to pay a fee. You're talking about $500, $800, you know, and it adds up.
Yeah.
You mess up one time on that form after you spend $500. Guess what? You lose those $500. You got to pay that again to resubmit that form.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah. And so it's not an easy process. So that's when the attorney comes in and says, "Okay, these are your forms to get your ducks in a row." Okay, we submit them, right? But before that, you know, she was undocumented, but she had a thing what they call an I-10 number. It's an immigrant tax identification number that a lot of them get. And she's able to file taxes. She's able to file her taxes at the end of the year with the government. Unfortunately, she doesn't get all that money back. She doesn't get, 9 times out of 10, she didn't get any of it back. You know? And that's where a lot of these other right-wingers don't understand. Like, hey, they do file their taxes. They lose that money, though. They don't get anything back.
Right.
You know? But I encourage these right-wingers, man, and I encourage anyone for them to, if they see somebody and they know they're undocumented, take the time to listen to them, listen to their stories, listen to their struggles, and listen to learn, not listen to respond. Because when you see and you hear what they went through, you know, walking for days across the border, if that's what they did, or if they came over here with a what do you call it, a permit to get over here, and you know, like I said, a lot of them overstay their visas, you know. So, but if they take the time to listen to those people, man, they can sit there and say, hey, you know what? If I was in that position, I would have done the same thing. You know, my parents did the same thing. They sit there and said, the reason we came over here because we wanted you to have a better life. You know, man. And
you did. It sounds like you did too.
I did. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, and like I said, I mean, I'm actually, you know, I have, you know, at the young age of 25, whenever I bought my house, I was married. You know, I was further than they ever been. You know, and unfortunately, my parents are not here anymore. They passed on. But man, just for them to take those sacrifices and to leave everything behind for me and my brothers and sisters to live a better life, man, dude, I just can't take it for granted, man. I got to be blessed. And again, man, that's why my eyes, my ears, and my mind is open to other people to listen to their struggles, because I'm not going to pass judgment unless I know. Actually, I don't even pass judgment at all, but you have to listen to their background, listen to what the reasons are, you know, because man, sometimes you were like, damn, if I was in that position, I'll do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's not going to do what's best for their family? Who's not?
Exactly, man. And that's just not only for the people from down south. I mean, you're talking about people from other countries, from, you know, Ukraine, from wherever, you know, Afghanistan, China, wherever. I mean, man, take the time to listen to them, listen to their story. And man, you're going to sit there and look back, you're like, you know what? This guy was right. You know, this person's right. I would have done the same thing. You know, but again, it is 2023. You got these MAGAs, man, that just don't care what you got to say. They're stuck on whatever their mind's stuck on, and they're not going to listen to hardcore facts.
Well, listen, good news is you got the voice to infiltrate them, so maybe that's going to be on your job, because you show up with that accent, and they're going to let you right into every meeting. So maybe you got to start going to some MAGA meetings and changing some minds.
Man, I live in Texas, man. I'm from I get looked on, you know.
Yeah. Throw on the red hat and show up. Nobody's going to ask you any questions.
They're going to call me what is it? Was it the Rhino? Is it a Rhino?
That's right, Rhino. Yeah, you just call him a Rhino. You got to be the first one to call the other one a Rhino, because that's kind of like an initiation. They got to know that you think everybody who disagrees is a Rhino, and then once they think that you're on their side, they're just going to listen to what you say. Just say that Trump said this, and then say what you have to say, and they're not going to fact check it. Just do it in your accent, the Texas accent. It's going to work. And say Trump said, and then tell them that stuff, and they'll just believe it.
All right, man. Hey, I'll jot those notes up and use it for next meeting. I see you coming up.
TG, return and report, would you?
Hey, brother. Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And keep fighting the good fight, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Little return and report for any ex-Mormons in here. There's a little reference for you. Enjoy that. All right. Somebody said bring up MAGA. Oh, I'd like to bring up MAGA, but MAGA seems to have an issue coming up today. So I'll give him a minute here. Head back to, I saw John Eastman was trending. I'm not sure why. Let's see what he's got. Oh, wow. Clarence Thomas recused himself from Supreme Court decision rejecting John Eastman's request that the court vacate the decision that allowed Eastman's emails to be shared with the House January 6th Select Committee. That's actually pretty big. Like, finally, Clarence Thomas admitting he's way too involved in this. The Supreme Court denied the effort to vacate that ruling. Oh, I guess John Eastman was his former law clerk, so maybe it's not that big of an admission. Never mind. I take it back. All right. Well, sorry, John Eastman. You're in trouble still. You're still in trouble. Hey, Katrina.
Hi.
11:50. Hi.
Sorry, I know that you just want opposition, but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Afghanistan, do you think that Biden, because he messed up, everyone gets so upset about that, but it was Trump's plan. Do you think that it would have been a lot more different if Trump would have did the transition process a little bit more smoother? You remember he had to fight for documents. Do you remember that?
Say that the transition of the presidency?
Correct.
Is that what you're talking about? Oh, yeah. Trump refused to have any sort of transition plan with the Biden administration. They refused to work together. They refused to share documents. So Biden came in. We're lucky that Biden was experienced and had those people. But yeah, they did refuse to work with Biden. So, but that was a military plan. I don't know I doubt that had anything to do with it. I don't think that would really come into play. That's usually when you're talking about your cabinet, setting up your cabinet, and keeping ongoing operations going within your cabinet. But I don't know that would really. I don't know, maybe. I'd have to look at who all was involved and who Biden didn't keep on. But with the military, those people don't usually get politically involved. So I doubt it, but I guess it could be. Somebody could convince me otherwise, I think.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know because I always thought that, it wasn't like Biden was given the normal transfer of power to where he got the documents and was able to have his staff picked out and everything. So the opposition, of course, is going to be a delay when it comes down to his information. So yeah. I think that's why I get upset when I see Trumpsters coming here. It's like, oh, well, he effed up the whole process. Well, maybe if he would have had a normal transition, he would have been abreast of the issues and been able to transition, the Afghanistan whole thing and maybe in a different way. That's how I think about it. But then again, I could be wrong.
It's very possible. I don't know. Somebody would have to know a little more than me, but it's certainly possible. I just don't know if that's true or not.
That's all I wanted. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Katrina.
Bye.
Somebody said we want to talk about Jamal Bowman. I'll talk about Jamal Bowman. It looks like here's what I think happened, and you can decide how angry it makes you. I think that they were waiting for people to vote, and he appears to have pulled the fire alarm to delay the vote, or maybe he wanted to get something done. It doesn't make sense to me that he said it was an accident. Pulled a fire alarm. I can't even think of how when you see the video too, it's not like he was leaning back and he grabbed it. So yeah, he was probably wait, let's see. Trying to get to a door. I thought the alarm would open the door, and I pulled the fire alarm to open the door by accident. Yeah, I don't. I'm probably not buying it. I'm probably not buying that by Bowman. Did any of you guys buy that? Is anybody buying that? He was in a different building. Is that true? The video matches his statement. I'm just reading it now. I don't. Maybe the video matches. Okay, I'll watch the video. Let's see.
If you're looking for a Medicare
I'm gonna get a nice Medicare ad first. I did not think that I would get any pushback on this, so I'm going to do a little more research. I thought everyone was just going to say, yeah, that's what it looks like. So let me wait for this Medicare ad to end. Shout out Medicare. Shout out to anybody who's on Medicare. There were confusing signs on the door. Somebody's gonna have to show me these signs. It does not seem like a likely story. We're almost there with the Medicare. All right, let's find the video. I don't know. It still looks like he pulled it. If anybody wants to come offer a different story, I don't see it. CJ,
man,
how you doing?
I'm great. Well, not great. Migraine day, but it's fine.
I'm sorry to hear that. Nice to talk to you, though.
Always, always. So I believe wholeheartedly that man pulled that fire alarm to give the Democrats time to read that raggedy bill that they were trying to push through to not shut down the government. And I applaud that man. I give him several pats on the back because we all know how the Republicans like to be a little slimy, get in there and put little Easter eggs in there and try to screw us over in the end. So, yeah, he did, and I need to give him a hug.
So I can see, like, there is a picture of this. There's a sign that says emergency exit only, then big signs on each one that says push until alarm sounds for 3 seconds, door will unlock in 30 seconds. And it's like right above where you push. And then off to the left, there's a fire alarm. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm with you. I think it's 80%. If he did pull that fire alarm, he's not a very good reader. Like he wasn't comprehending what he read. Maybe he was frazzled. I don't know.
I think that might be it. But, how old is this guy now? Because he might be like boomer age, like you.
I don't think so. Fuck you. That was uncalled for.
Meanwhile, we're the same age, bro. We're the same age.
How dare you? He's 47. He's older than us. How dare you?
Okay. Well, boomer like boomer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a lot of degrees. I think he just pulled it. That's my guess.
He did it on purpose so that they could read it, and I'm proud of him. I think what took me out was the Republicans comparing him pulling the fire alarm to J6.
I haven't heard that. For real?
That one, yeah, they threw that one out there. But if you're saying that, then that means y'all are admitting that J6 was bad, right? Because, they try to play it off and say that it wasn't all that terrible.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people involved in January 6th, specifically Capitol Police, who would be like, no, this was different. I think we should ask them if they felt it was the same. And I think that they would be like, no, it's different.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think that's what would happen.
Definitely just tomatoes to potatoes. How about that? Yeah. So I'm sorry I'm late today, but
that's all right. It's great to have you anyways.
Now, I did recently change my vote to Trump because...
Not you too. Go ahead.
Listen, hear me out, okay? This guy has broken world records, right? He's in the Guinness Book for most indictments. I think that's admirable, We got to be trendsetters, okay? He's being a trendsetter. He's trying to set the trend for the next set of presidents to commit crime.
He sure is. Yeah, you're right about that, man. But I'm getting more and more convinced with every one of you assholes that comes up here and says that. You guys are just compelling.
I'm trying to, help my man out. He's got his orange tan stuff coming out. He's trying to get everybody on board. He needs to have everybody get that orange tan.
Let's all just unite around Donald Trump. I agree. Yeah, I think we ought to do that.
Let's do it. All right, everybody register Republican.
That's
okay?
right. Okay.
And let's go out there and vote for the orange man. Let's get him in there.
That's right. The red wave, baby. Orange wave, I guess, really. Orange wave.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Orange in the chat. Orange is in the chat.
Orange is in the chat. Okay. Thanks, CJ.
All right, man. I'll let you go try to find some opposition. Maybe I can get somebody in here. I don't know.
All right. Drum it up. Thank you.
All right, dude. Later.
God, you guys are all awful. Orange is in the chat. Danielle's back. Let me grab a drink out of here. Danielle, I'll bring you up. I got to get a drink out of the fridge real quick. Hi, Danielle. Welcome back. You're getting 2 visits today.
Yeah, sorry, I might be echoey. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Orange is the new jam.
Real quick about Jamal. I originally thought his story was ridiculous, but then I looked a little deeper into it, and he was in the Cannon building. So even if he intentionally pulled the alarm, it wouldn't have done anything in the Capitol. So there would have been no benefit of pulling it because nobody would have had to evacuate and it wouldn't have slowed anything down. And the Democrats had already successfully did the motion to adjourn, which gave them time to debate and everything. So there would have just been no purpose. And he also said that door is usually open. So usually he doesn't have to push anything to open the door. It's usually just open.
Yeah.
And so,
did he explain? So, what if it's still true that he tried to do it to delay, but it didn't matter? Because I'm looking at the pitch. It's hard for me to imagine a person being confronted with what he was confronted with, big signs explaining what to do, and him going, "Pull the fire alarm."
No, I totally agree with you on how ridiculous it sounds, but because we know Jamal Bowman, I see where it's really hard to believe him, but at the same time, that's a ridiculous excuse to come up with. So if he was lying, don't you think he would have came up with something?
It's another fair point. It's another fair point. Yeah, I don't know. I love that we have fire alarm gate though. I like that.
I mean, but like you said though, I will give it to you. It says fire alarm, so I get that part. But he said he was running late. The door's usually open. The sign does say. In his defense, it does say press until the alarm sounds, but it does not say to pull the fire alarm.
It does not. It specifically does not say that. Yeah.
Right. So I totally get it, but he did admit, he was running late, he was rushing, and he was an idiot for doing it. The door's usually open, it's usually propped open, so normally you wouldn't even have to do that. And so that's my biggest reason for defending him is he's never given us a reason not to, So, yeah, that was my argument.
Look, that's a good defense. It's a pretty good defense. I'm fence sitting on this one. That's where I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me
be
too.
a fence
Don't get
sitter.
me wrong. Me and my brother were talking about it, and we're like, Jesus Christ, come on, man. But yeah, and then is what the previous guest had said. They're literally calling for him to be arrested. Marjorie Taylor Greene said he needs to be arrested. I think Trump said he should be charged like the January 6th people. Other MAGA people said this is like the insurrection. They just went crazy over it. It's like, buddy, he wasn't even in the proper building to delay the vote that they had already successfully delayed. Because Hakeem Jeffries was already giving the speech. They already successfully, paused everything by motioning to adjourn. So,
well,
the
thing is, what MAGA is and what this modern Republican Party is just waiting for something to either A, be offended about, or B, something that you can try and equate to something shitty that Trump did so that you can try and make what Trump did not seem like a big deal. And this is a stretch. I would say it's a big stretch to say that this is even remotely similar to January 6th. But that's all you're doing. It's literally your job as a Republican senator or a congressperson to just show up and find ways to either be offended or find ways to make something that happened seem like the exact same thing is what Donald Trump did so that we can continue to just kiss his ass.
Right. And the most interesting part, too, was when they say, it's as bad as what the insurrection people did. I thought they were just, nice, fine people having a tour, and they weren't doing anything wrong. So to equate, what he did, say that he should be arrested for it, but then turn around, you know how they are.
He was just he was just touring the building. He was just testing out the features of the building. That's what he was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
really, we should be thanking him for testing our systems. That's what it's an American patriot.
Exactly.
He made sure that our fire alarms were working.
That's good. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go with that. That's our new narrative. Let's just roll that one out. We're going to just claim he's an American patriot, and that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. That sounds good.
All right, Tanya. Thank
All
you.
right, RTP. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
American Patriot. What was his name again? I forget his name. Jamal Bowman. Keeping those Congress people safe, one fire alarm at a time. All right, Samantha Van Pelt. Maybe. Yep, there you go. Hi, Samantha. Samantha.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Hello.
I am so sorry. My phone, I listen to you every day. It was in my pocket. I must have accidentally pressed request to join.
Well, do you have anything to say?
I love your show. I completely agree with everything you say.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Appreciate it. Back at it. We'll see you.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
People's pockets even want to talk to me. But you know who doesn't? Not MAGA. They don't want to talk to me. RFK's family endorsed Biden. What is his wife? Is he still married to Larry David's wife? What's her name again? What's her name? Somebody got that? Oh, it does. My high school didn't think I was an American patriot when I pulled the alarm. I just got suspended. Well, you need more principals like me. Yeah, Cheryl Hines. Are they still married? Oh, they're separated. Wait. Oh, he offered to announce. What is this? All right, what is this thing? RFK offered to announce that he had separated his wife, Cheryl Hines, as an effort to shield her from scrutiny from his political statements. In an interview... Oh, she said that. Okay. Hines shares a statement that drove Kennedy to propose the separation announcement. Okay. My husband's opinions are not a reflection of my own. While we love each other, we differ on many current issues. The atrocities that millions endured during the Holocaust should never be compared to anyone or anything. His opinions are not a reflection of my own. Okay. That'd be tough. That'd be pretty tough if, like, you're like conspiracy theory husband. You're like, all right, I can deal with this shit at home. And then he's like, hey, by the way, I'm running for president now, and I'm going to be everywhere. And you're like, shit. All right, Chad.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you were next. I meant to hit Chad, but we got you. Bad Views, welcome. I didn't expect you. I would have addressed you more angrily had I known it was you. I'm sorry for the pleasant welcome. Sorry about that.
Oh, I appreciate it. I got like this crazy idea though. Like, okay. I mean, I think we would both agree that this guy probably obstructed an official proceeding.
Well, you know what, he might have, but it sounds like he didn't. It sounds like he attempted to obstruct an official proceeding.
They were, I mean, according to Reuters, they were trying to delay the vote.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to delay the vote.
So how about this idea? Why don't we just apply the law equally? Now, I wouldn't call for 20 years for this guy, for doing it, which is the max. Sure. But how about 30 days? Lock his ass up for 30 days.
Sure, let's start the investigation.
What's there to investigate?
Well, I mean, he has a different story, right? So we should probably invest. We shouldn't just advocate for throwing people in jail without an investigation, I'd imagine.
Well, I mean, all they did with a bunch of the J6ers was saw him on video, walking into the building, and they were like, "Good enough for me." I saw a video of this guy pulling the fire alarm.
All those people had court cases. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I mean, but they went to jail first.
Well, yeah, it's when you get arrested. See, that's how it works. You get arrested, and then you post bail, or if the judge rules that you can't post bail, then you can't post bail. But yeah, that's why when you get arrested for committing a crime, even though you still you have an opportunity to defend yourself in court, you do go to jail first. That's how it works, and then the bail is so that they make sure you come back, right? It's just kind of how the law works. It's just kind of how the law works.
A lot of people didn't get bail, right?
Which ones didn't get bail? How many? Does anybody know the answer to that? I don't think it's that many. I've heard this before, and I don't think it's that many. How many? Because that was if Marjorie Taylor Greene said it, it's almost 100% false.
I mean,
it's just like how it works.
We probably got enough to at least arrest him.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know? I mean, you saw the video. It sounds like you do know. I've heard you say that you know.
So the video that I saw was actually just a picture of him. It was somebody else making a video. I don't know if we have video, but it just shows him like holding the fire alarm.
Yeah, you know the best part about it? I think this guy was a principal in a high school too. It's like I think this guy was probably trained on fire alarms.
Listen, that's us on the left. This is as violent as we get. We pull fire alarms, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's about all I got. Just try to bring some common sense to the this.
Listen, I support the investigation into Jamal Bowman's horrific actions. I support the investigation. We can be unified in that. We found some bipartisanship here today. We both are supporting the investigation into Jamal Bowman.
Yeah, I want to do the investigation after the arrest, though. I think that'd be more fair. It'd feel like we were all in the same legal system.
Well, yeah, so the way that works is because he wasn't arrested, those people were arrested in the act, right? He wasn't arrested in the act.
No, they were arrested afterwards. I don't think they arrested anybody on the day of J6.
No, I'm pretty sure those are the ones that were there without bail.
I don't think they arrested a single person on J6.
You might be right. I have no idea the answer to that question.
Yeah, but I am glad. Like, it seems like everywhere I go, I'm getting leftist talk shitting. Like, they're talking shit on other leftists for being just hateful people. You know, leftists talking about voting for Trump, even if it's a joke. I love to hear it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we could provide you a safe place.
All right. And then, so which part of the country do I live in?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Do you want me to say where you live, or like what are you trying to?
I'm just talking like
broadly.
Midwest.
You're in one of the four corner states.
I was hoping that you would remember, so maybe you could convert me.
You are. Oh, that's right. You are in the Midwest. That's correct. You're in the Midwest. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. All right.
You have a good
Enjoy
day.
the Midwest. We'll see.
Yeah.
I see what it's doing there. There we go. Look, this is the stuff we got to talk about. We got to talk about Jamal Bowman pulling a fire alarm. This is the important things. This is what we're going to hear about for a couple of days. This is going to be a big talking point, and it's very important. It's very important that we don't have people pulling fire alarms ever again. I'd like to see a commission. I'd like to see maybe the House Judiciary. I think they ought to investigate this. That's what we need to do. Let's do it. And then at the end of that, if he were to be found guilty, then what we need to do is we need to say, well, you got to drop all the investigations into Trump on that one, right? That's how we have to do this. And look, if they want to investigate him, I could give a shit. I don't care. I don't care if Jamal Bowman really did pull it and there's a punishment, like whatever. I do not care. I don't care one bit. I don't care about like that tit for tat shit. Who cares? But it's funny. Either if this was a Republican, like if this was Matt Gaetz, I promise you I would think it was funny. I would still think it was funny. What do we have here? Okay, so the people, I'm seeing this, I think this was for the people that were held without bail, all are accused of assaulting law enforcement officers. So it's all serious criminal offenses. Thank you, Discord, for that. Thank you. And in all fairness, Jamal Bowman he assaulted that fire alarm. Okay, that fire alarm was just sitting there where it wanted to be, and he just pulled it right down. How's that not assault? It's the same thing, right? Why are they not focused on the fact that House Republicans proposed budget? Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point, Jason Allison. How about this? The Republicans are so mad about spending. So mad, right? And so they decided to propose a new bill, and the spending that they decided to add to it was a raise for themselves. How do you feel about that, Republicans? You think that Congress should be giving themselves more money? You're going to complain about Ukraine a lot. You're going to complain about hotel rooms for people coming over here to work. You can complain about cell phones. You're going to complain about giving money to homeless people probably. But are you ever going to complain about Republicans trying to shut down the government and coming back with a response of let's give ourselves a raise? You ever going to talk about that? I'm going to guess no, that you're not going to talk about that. Josh, welcome. Republicans trying to shut down the government. Woo. Echo, Josh, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? I just want to ask a few questions
sure.
from the UK. How how did the economy go under Trump compared to how it's gone under Biden?
What does that mean?
Now, how's the economy gone? Is it grown or is it shrank?
Depends on like what are we talking.
Are
we talking about when you say the economy? What do you mean though by that? Are you talking about jobs? Are you talking about stock market? What are you talking about?
Just like as a whole, the economy, did it grow or did it shrink?
You can't really like
market, everything.
You can't really say like did it grow or not grow, like the whole economy. But the stock market's higher. We have less people unemployed now than during the Trump presidency. I would say economically, we're probably in, at least from those indicators, in a little bit better place. The only real difference that we have is global inflation, which is felt all around the world, and we'd have a hard time arguing that that's Joe Biden's fault, especially considering out of all the G7 countries, we recovered the best. So you actually could probably argue that Joe Biden, that's a win for Joe Biden.
Is it the economy? The economy is a win for Joe Biden. Okay. Okay. What was the unemployment like for ethnic minorities, black people, for instance?
It's lower now than it ever was during any time during the Trump presidency. Where are you going? Where are you going? Well, look, you can say, yeah. Oh, lost you for a second.
Quality of living. Do you think the quality of living in America is better now than it was when Trump was in?
Well, it depends on which time of the Trump president. Do I believe it's better now than it was during COVID? No. Do I believe it's it's better now than during COVID for sure? But is it better now than maybe like the first 2 years of the Trump presidency? No. But we also had COVID. I would blame almost all of that on a global shutdown. And then I would also say that like not just allowing a bunch of billionaires and millionaires to suck up all the money that we gave for like COVID relief and not being able to collect on that money. Like I think that's probably a problem too.
So right now you guys can't agree on much, can you? So you're out there going to shut down shutting something down, isn't that in the works?
It didn't happen. They do have a stopgap, so now we got 45 more days. They're trying to agree on the budget.
Agree on the budget. What would happen? So what happens with that? They end up they stop paying everyone. They don't stop paying all officials like military officials and stuff like that, and absolutely anyone from the government. But they keep working.
Yep.
Would that with the amount of fighting aged men coming into your country, is that not a concern? And I'm on about the thousands coming from China and they're coming into England as well.
What does that have to do with the shutdown? What does that have to do with this?
Well, I mean, like if you're going to kind of stop the funding, and it's not, if these people have got to find maybe other means to get money outside their job, they're going to be tired, especially people in the army and stuff like that. Do you think that they're going to be? Do you think that they'll be ready to fight, say, if there was an invasion?
Yeah.
You think, and they think that they will be completely on top. They'll have plenty of energy, even though they might have to work second jobs and stuff like that to keep themselves fed.
Well, I don't think they would be working second jobs because they keep working. The chances of the government shutting down are probably high. A government shutdown usually doesn't last a long time. It's literally just like a political game that hurts people in the short term. Like during Trump's presidency, we shut down for 34 days.
All right. So
did you know that? Did you know that, Josh?
No, I didn't. So what's happening with Fauci then at the moment?
What about him? He's retired.
Yeah, he's getting in trouble though, isn't he?
No. Who's he getting in trouble by?
That's what it sounds like over here in the UK. They just don't.
What's he getting in trouble for?
Lying in Congress.
What did he lie about?
About changing the definition of gain of function research.
No, he didn't. That's not how that gain of function conversation went. That was between him and Rand Paul, and they had a difference of opinion of what gain of function meant. And there is scientific disagreement, by the way, on exactly like what gain of function means. There are people who agree with Rand Paul. There are people who agree with Dr. Fauci. But that was really more or less just like a difference of definition.
So to you personally, I need to ask you personally, do you think it's a little bit fishy what happened in Wuhan, or do you still think it came from a bat?
I don't know where it came from. I don't think we'll ever know. I think that it's certainly likely that it could have been a lab leak. It can be. There's a lot of things that seem like there's evidence that could lead to believe it was that. But because it's in Wuhan and because I don't think we're going to have access, I doubt we'll ever actually be able to definitively know that the answer to that question.
Okay. So what are your opinions on Joe Biden when he's in... it just got brought up in Congress. I can't remember what it was, but he was in a conference and he was talking about how he bribed someone with millions of dollars and said that, look, we're not going to pay you. And he literally said that. There his words.
You're talking, we're not going to pay you. You really don't know what this is? Like,
and then
you really don't?
And then they dropped the case. They just dropped the case straight away.
Do you know, yeah. Where was this case? Did you say?
It was, okay, it was somewhere in Europe, I think. I just
my question is, I guess my question is, why? Like, what are you doing? Why are you asking? Like, you don't have the specifics on any of this.
No, I mean, I'm just.
It's weird. It's weird. It seems that you have like a whole bunch of right-wing talking points, and that's all you have. This also seems like another person who's just reading off a script to try so that people, while you're reading this, like, can hope that I stumble, and then they can report me. That's what this feels like to me. Feels like you're reading off of a script. Yeah, because you haven't responded to anything I said. You just move from topic to topic to topic, and all of these topics are kind of controversial. So I'm just wondering, like, do you get paid to do this, or what's the?
No, I'm just
no. So why don't you know anything about the stuff that you're talking about, but you have very specific questions?
Because I'm asking for your opinion on what I've seen.
But why don't you know anything about these things?
Because I'm just saying what I've seen, like simply what I've seen, and I want you to know your opinion.
Well, you haven't seen. You don't know what you've seen. Why don't you just Google this?
But I mean, I have Googled it, and it is obviously, it's in.
So you don't know who Joe Biden's, like, where the money was being withheld? This is literally like the biggest story in America right now, and you don't know it?
Yeah, no.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows who Joe Biden was talking to. Everybody knows that.
That's why I'm asking you.
No, but why don't you know? Like, aren't you a blogger?
Because I'm English. Because I'm
Aren't
English.
you a blogger?
No, because I'm English.
You're not a blogger?
I'm English, and I'm asking you.
I'm asking you if you're a blogger. Why do you keep avoiding that? I know you're English.
No, I'm not a blogger. I'm not a blogger.
So do you not have Google? What's the deal here?
Because you seem pretty clued up. I'm asking you what you think.
Well, you keep asking me like the most bizarre questions in the weirdest secession. Like, what do you? I guess you can keep asking questions if you'd like.
Yeah, that's all. I'm just asking your opinion. I'm neither left or right. I'm just saying I've seen.
First of all, you are right, and you're full of nonsense if you're not going to sit here and pretend that you're on the right.
My honest opinion is that most governments are just middle management for.
That's what everybody said. That's what everybody says. Because if you had an honest opinion, you would then be able to point out some good things about Joe Biden or some bad things about Donald Trump. And the bad things about Donald Trump wouldn't be, I think he talks too much.
The bad thing about Donald Trump is he didn't finish the wall.
You're such a right winger. Nobody criticizing Donald Trump is criticizing him for not finishing the wall. You're like, get out of here.
No.
Why do you guys refuse to be authentic? Why do you refuse to just be like, yeah, I'm a right winger?
No, I don't. I believe that.
Sure, you think everybody in America is upset at Donald Trump for not finishing the wall? Who is criticizing Donald Trump for not finishing the wall?
I believe that they're both. It's all bread and circuses, but with a more of a scary.
I know, but that's what cowards do when they don't actually have it. So, like, let's give me a real criticism of Donald Trump. Give me a real criticism.
What's bad about Donald Trump? I mean, he has no.
Okay, I'll come back to that. Give me a real criticism of Joe Biden first, and we'll go back to Trump. What's a real criticism of Joe Biden?
I've read a lot of that is like pretty dodgy, like, and he can't even speak words. Like he sounds like he's.
See how easy that was for you to come up with stuff about Joe Biden, but you couldn't come up with one thing about Trump. This is why I think you're a right winger. I give you the opportunity. I was clearly setting you up too. You didn't even see the setup coming. Like, clearly you're a right winger. You're just a right winger who doesn't like Joe Biden, and you were so quick to come to that. But I asked you to say one thing about Donald Trump, and you're like,
No. My honest opinion is that
I know they're both bad. I get it. We heard that already. But what's a criticism of Donald Trump?
My opinion is we're all slaves still, and you best.
What's a criticism of Donald Trump? What's a criticism of Donald Trump?
He has no real background in politics.
Yeah, that's what your criticism is. Well, yeah, you're so phony. You are such a phony. You should be a little bit more embarrassed. You should have more pride than this. This is embarrassing, dude.
I'm trying to work out bad things about Trump.
Yeah, I know it's so hard. What could you possibly come up with? There's so little on him that you could possibly criticize. We better think about it for a while.
I mean, what did he say? He said he needed to get some more votes, and like people don't like that. So yeah, he did that. That was pretty bad. Like people think that's a bad thing. Just saying we need to get more votes.
Do you think it's a bad thing?
Well, simply saying that I need more votes. I mean, it's probably not as bad as.
Okay, so it wasn't a criticism then. It's just what you've heard other people criticize him about, and you framed it in the most dishonest way possible. You're talking about something that, like, he's talking to the governor and the people who ran the election, where they're saying, like, hey, we investigated all of this and you're wrong, and he says, just give me some more votes, and you're like, yeah, he's just asking for more votes. What's wrong with that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because that would be like trying to steal an election.
What you on about? Yeah, but he putting it across as he said he needed some more votes, as if to say, "Give me some fake votes." Or
yeah, that's exactly what it appeared to be doing, because because you didn't listen to this call. Every criticism he brought up, the governor and the Secretary of State were like, "Hey, no, we looked into this. That you're wrong. That's not what happened." And he would say, "Well, I don't believe you." And then at the end, he's like, and then he got so frustrated because they kept telling him, like, no, you're wrong. They kept correcting his information. Eventually he said, guys, I just need whatever the number was, like 11,000 votes. Give me a break. After he tried to convince them that their election was like fraudulent and there were all these votes that were wrong, after he wasn't able to answer any of those and his lawyers were stumped, then he's like, come on, all I need is 11,000. Like,
in my opinion, when I heard a bit of that, and I don't think it was fake votes. I think he was like, shit, we need to get some more votes sorted out. We need to get more people voting for us.
Okay, but the votes were over. What are you talking about? The vote had already happened. This was months. This was like after the election was done. People had already voted. Nobody could vote anymore. He wasn't out there campaigning for more people to go vote.
So what? So how long does it take for you to count votes?
Jesus Christ, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. Do you understand that this all happened after the election? Voting was done.
Why? How long does it take to count votes?
Do you understand? No, listen, you just said he was advocating to get more people to vote. He clearly was not doing that, right?
I'm trying to work out how you're saying that.
He clearly, listen, do you know how voting works? I don't know how it works in the UK. But in our country, you vote either through mail-in ballots, and your cutoff is supposed to be the 6th, or not the 6th, excuse me, on election day. That's supposed to be your cutoff. Certain states, there's a little wiggle room of when it has to come in, right? So if months later down the road, after the vote has already happened, if you're asking to find more votes, it's never, hey, we need more people to get out and vote.
I just don't understand how you take months to count some votes. It takes like a few days.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not surprised that you don't understand that, but that's how it works. So votes come in from all over. Yeah, votes come in from different areas all over the state, and they in a lot of places they're counting by hand, and then you then have to go through the votes that are contested. So if you're not sure like where they voted, or if there's a signature discrepancy, you then have to sit with a Republican and a Democrat, and you have to decide if that vote is going to count. Then you have recounts, and you're checking your counts against the counts from the machines. It's a process. It's very difficult. And it's very difficult made in part because people don't want to just do mail-in voting. People want to have that in-person voting, and that makes things a lot more complicated because then you have a bunch of loose papers in boxes that you have to get all together. You have to count them. You have to keep them secure. You have to hire people to watch over them. You have to hire people, or not hire, I guess, have people there to count. It's a process, dude. There's 300, we had 150 million people vote. That's a process.
So there's a lot of people that vote. Okay. So, another thing, bad things about Trump. Bad thing about Trump, he's turned made a lot of animosity with the abortion stuff. Like, I don't agree with him on that. I think
no, actually, Donald Trump is at odds with the Republican Party, where he's actually saying that he doesn't agree that there should be a total ban. Most of the pushback he's getting on Republicans comes from the fact that he's too liberal.
All right.
Dude, I'm going to ask questions now because I'm sick of your freaking script questions. I said I'm going to ask questions now. That wasn't an invitation for you to interrupt me. Like, what are you doing?
I'm finding out from Americans.
I know, but why? What are you doing? Like, you your own channel looks like it's just a right-wing thing. You've got a GoFundMe up there for some reason. I'm not sure why you have GoFundMe. And you're on here just like rapid firing asking questions. Like, are you trying to learn anything? If you don't know, then why are you just, because as soon as I answer, you just go to the next thing. Like, what are you doing? And I've talked to you before, and you still show back up pretending to be in the middle, and you're clearly a right winger. I don't know what you're doing. This is weird.
No. You I mean, you've said that, like, you've assumed that of me, but no, you don't know my opinion on.
I don't care. I'm asking you a question. Stop being offended.
What am I doing?
Yeah,
I'm just gathering information from.
Why don't you just Google this?
Because Google's biased.
Oh my god! But I'm not. Like, I'm a liberal. I'm biased too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're an actual person. You're not just like a computer.
You're exhausting, man. You're exhausting. Yeah, I'm bored of this. I'm just honestly bored. Like, I don't. I'm pretty sure you're just like a troll. I don't know, but this is one of the.
I'm not a troll.
This is one of. It's like it's a brain dead conversation. It really is. It's going nowhere.
How is it?
You're kind of. I think you're kind of a fraud. Like, you can't say actual bad things about Trump. You really can't. You don't have any of your facts right at all. You're just a right winger who comes on to try to play middle ground and then complain about what Joe Biden's doing this whole time.
No, I don't. I've complained about both. I don't know where you got that from. I'll be honest. I think that I honestly think they're both on the same side. I know,
but that's dumb.
I think it's bread and circuses to keep America divided, and it's just and that's just how it is. And you can look and see why.
You can look. See, the thing is, Josh, is the reason we're divided is because of people in our country that are just like you, who refuse to educate themselves and just show up and ask a bunch of questions. And even if you did just believe me, why would you just believe me? I'm not giving you any sources. So why don't you go to a place where you can check sources? Is this is how you acquire your information?
No, I like to just know different people's opinion.
Well, here's what I'd recommend: figure out what's going on first before you care about people's opinions.
I know.
Learn about facts. Like, learn how to fact check things before you care about opinion.
I know what's going on.
You do not know what's going on.
I do.
You are remarkably uninformed.
You can look simply at that. You just follow the money. It's quite
there we go. Yeah. Now we're generic statement. I know what's going on. Follow the money. Do your own research. Everybody's the same. Yeah, I know.
It's not research,
you're generic.
I'm not a student.
Do you have any specifics to back that up? Where's the money going? Follow the money. Where's the money going?
You don't research.
Where's the money going, Josh?
Where is the money going? You can. And firstly, it's not researching. You research if you're a student.
Where's the money going, Josh?
You investigate.
Where's the money going, Josh?
So I investigate, and then you can.
Where is the money going, Josh?
To an oligarchy.
Who is the oligarchy?
Just everyone that runs. They're in BlackRock, Vanguard. Anyone that has.
Yeah. See what I mean? You don't know what you know nothing.
So
like you know almost nothing. You think that you're smart when you're like, oh, it's all going up to the top. Everything just sucks anyways. No, it's like an uneducated, cowardly view where you think that you actually sound like you know more than others when you say that. You're like, you just got to look at it. And when I ask you to look at it, you're like, I don't know where anything goes. I don't know.
Right. Instead of just because you're American, you think talking over people and not listening makes you right. It doesn't.
You're not saying anything, and now you're attacking me for being American. By the way, 1-0. Thanks a lot, Revolutionary War. Take that, UK. But you don't. But I'm not. It has nothing to do with me being American or you being from the UK. It has everything to do with you being so poorly informed that like I have to constantly stop you and correct a dumb thing you said. Okay. Bye, sweetheart. I love you. I hope you have a really, really good day. Stop talking over him. No, Big Will. No. When people say dumb things, I talk over them. Moderate. Please be a real moderate. Never debate again, Josh. Moderate, welcome. Maybe not. Didn't pull up. And we got an eagle here. Fly, eagle, fly. Welcome.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Guess I'm not really sure what the main topic. I kind of caught the tail end of that last conversation. I have no idea what the main topic is.
I'm not 100% sure what his topic was either, to be honest. So you can just start with yours if you'd like. You just brought up a lot of different things.
Sure. So why would I vote for Trump? I mean, a brief history, 2008.
You voted for Obama.
Yeah, I voted for Obama.
Yeah, we know.
It felt like the right thing to do. And when I'm thinking back, it was for the wrong reasons. It was mostly because, hey, let's give, the whole spiel of let's give a minority a chance and he's well-spoken and all that kind of stuff. And I was young. I just went along with the crowd and I didn't know much about politics in general. 2012, I didn't vote at all because I felt like I wasn't really informed.
Can I just take a guess how this is going to go? 2016, you were a Bernie Sanders?
2016, I thought they were both bad candidates. I didn't vote at all.
But you were like Bernie Sanders?
I can't stand Bernie Sanders, no.
Okay, that's good news. All right, so both bad. So you didn't vote in 2016?
No, so 2016, I would say I was probably moderate, right in the middle. Wasn't really sure. I thought, Trump had no idea what he was doing. He was more of like, it was for publicity or to get, whatever, the limelight. And in Hillary, I just never trusted Hillary. I don't trust career politicians. I try not to. I'm a little wary of that. And then around 2018, 2019, I think it's just, I live in Los Angeles, man. So I'm in left central, right? And I just think that so many topics came up where if I didn't share the same opinion, I would just get ostracized. You're a bigot, so you don't agree with us. It's well, I haven't formed an opinion, So at some point in 2020, I started becoming a little more conservative. I didn't become a Trump fan. I just became I couldn't align myself with the left anymore because it was just getting out of hand.
Because people were mean to you?
No, it's not that they were mean to me. It's that if I don't fully agree with a point, it's you're a bigot, you're homophobic, you're racist.
Well, was it a bigoted or homophobic opinion?
Of course not.
Well, what was it? What did they say? They said made you a bigot.
So you want me to go through 2 years of the specific conversations?
I don't know.
I mean, you can read between the lines. I'm sure if you don't agree with the left fully, typically you're okay, so you're either with us or against us. It's
you're literally that's just not true, though. That's just absolutely not true. That's literally what MAGA is. In MAGA, my family, I have family that disowned me just simply for talking bad about Donald Trump. Donald Trump fires anybody who doesn't agree with him. The most hated people in the GOP are hated because they voted to impeach Trump. That's it. They don't like Romney. They don't like Liz Cheney. They didn't like John McCain. Anybody who dares to say something about Donald Trump is a rhino, and they get run out of the party. Jeff Flake happens all the time.
What does that do with me? I haven't brought up Trump once.
I just brought up Trump. I said what you're describing is because you're saying that's what you hate, but then you're going to a party that literally does that.
A party no, there's people who vote for Trump who they don't line themselves with the Republicans and vice versa.
Sure.
There's a difference, right? So there's people who are I'm fully Republican, I'll never vote for Trump. And there's people who would only vote for Trump and aren't really Republican, they just like Trump.
Right. It was just about your idea that one, you said the left is uniformly aligned, which is crazy. That doesn't happen. The left, one of our biggest problems is that we never stop fighting with each other. You can go look at my clips. I just a bunch of people got mad at me for asking Marianne Williamson a tough question. Right? That just doesn't describe the left. It really doesn't. That's all. That was really my only point, is that that's not what happens on the left. It sounds like you had some right-wing views that leftists didn't agree with, and maybe some of those views they thought were bigoted or homophobic.
Yeah, let's take one topic, for example, just one specific one, right? So let's say somebody, the whole issue with pronouns or the trans issue, it's huge in LA, right? I'm 6 minutes from West Hollywood, which is 80% gay.
Okay.
And if a topic comes up, something about would you respect using somebody's pronouns? I'm yeah, no issue. I don't go out of my way to not use pronouns. But if somebody says, if you misgender me, you're a bigot or you're not sensitive. It's maybe I made a mistake, or maybe just the fact that you're trying to force me to use something, it just makes me less open to that idea. Not because I don't agree with it, but it's because you're basically saying, if you don't do this, you're a bigot, you're against us. It's well, let me at least think about it. Let me.
Would you think I was being disrespectful if I kept saying yes, ma'am to you today? Do you think that would be disrespectful?
No.
Come on.
I mean, you'd be wrong.
You think that if everything you said today I was yes, ma'am, you wouldn't be dude, what's this guy doing? He's just trying to
No. So I'm glad you brought that up. I think it'd be funny because everyone around you would think you're delusional or you're making a joke. I don't need you to confirm that I'm a guy to know that I'm a guy. On the opposite side, if you misgender somebody, it's because they want you to go along with something you're trying to convince themselves of. I don't need you to convince me I'm a guy.
Wait. See, this is where I think maybe you get in trouble, because you said them trying to convince themselves. You think people are trying to convince themselves of who they are?
They're convincing society.
They're telling you who they are. Like, why do you think people don't have the right to tell you who they are? Why do you think people like self-identity is such a problem?
Wait, so can I tell you what I am?
Sure.
And it could be whatever I want.
Well, within reason, right?
Okay? Well, the minute you say within reason, then you've lost it, because
why?
The whole pronoun thing has nothing to do with reason. It has to do with people choosing to identify themselves. No, it doesn't. So how many pronouns are there? How many genders are there?
Nobody knows.
Exactly. Nobody knows, because it's a made up number. Some people say, "Oh,
who cares? Who cares?" Why?
Obviously,
everybody has a different. Literally, everybody in this country has a different name, right? Like we all have our own age. We already, and we can change that name, or we can ask to be called by a nickname. We already identify. We identify as Christians. Like
it has nothing to do with gender. It has to do
doesn't
with,
matter if it has everything to do with it has everything to do with being able to identify how you want to identify.
No, it doesn't.
Like, yes, it does. Is it okay? Is it okay to identify as a Christian?
Is Christian a gender?
No, is it okay to identify as a Christian?
This is how weak your argument is.
Is it okay to identify as a Christian?
You're trying to say,
is it okay to identify as a Christian?
You can't even stay on topic.
Is it okay to identify as a Christian? Is it okay to identify as a Christian?
You can't even speak facts.
Is it okay to identify as a Christian?
Here you go.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. The reason you don't want to answer this question is, and the reason you want to stick just to gender is because there was already a social norm. There was already this idea in a lot of people's heads that there was just like male and female, man and woman, right? So you want to return. That's not biology, you potato. That's English. It's literally linguistics. All of this is linguistics. Yes, all of this is linguistics. But I'm not quite done yet, and then you can you can shut up while I finish. But shush, and I'm going to finish, and then you can ask your question, okay? The reason you don't want me to talk about Christianity, and the reason now you're going to go to biology, is now you care about science. But if I said, can you identify as a Christian, you'd say, of course you can, but we're not going to bring science into that, are we? We're not going to bring science into that.
Religion is not science. You're literally
exactly. But why can you identify as a Christian?
Because
molecular biology, I did biomedical.
Because a Christian.
Why? I'm asking a question, please. I'm asking a question, please. Why can you identify? Because all we're talking about is identity. How we identify.
Okay, what's a Christian then? Define a Christian.
I think a Christian is somebody who says they're a Christian.
Wow. Okay, so can you be a Christian and not believe in Christ? Can you be a Christian and not believe in Christ?
Sure, if you could say, yeah, sure.
You're an idiot. You're an absolute fucking idiot. You really are. Because you don't know what a
good argument, dude. That's a really good argument.
What's a Christian?
Because I can identify however I want.
No, you can't. Because you're fucking
delusional. Yes, I can. I'm a Christian.
This is the issue with.
That's still got
Christian. What's the problem with me identifying as a Christian if I don't believe in
the guy that was a
problem with identifying as a Christian if I don't believe in Jesus? The problem with me identifying as a Christian if I don't believe in Jesus? Who's getting hurt by that? Who is getting hurt by that?
You're being delusional.
Who's being hurt by that?
Reality. If you want to make up lies, go ahead. You don't know what a Christian is.
Reality. Full chest. Reality is getting hurt. Reality is getting hurt.
The fact that you don't know what a Christian is, and you're
I know what a Christian is. I don't care what a Christian is. I don't care how somebody identifies.
What is it?
A Christian is somebody who says they're a Christian, and even Christians don't agree with what
people who can come on today.
For example, the science says. Some Christians believe in the Trinity. Some Christians do not believe in the Trinity. Some Christians believe in a living prophet. Some Christians don't believe in a living prophet. Some Christians believe that just the Old Testament and the New Testament are the full Word of God. Other Christians believe that there's other texts that also testify of Christ. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can be a Christian, and the way that you identify who's who is the way they identify. You ask them. It's all identity, dude. Like, why are you so triggered by identity?
You're triggered. Your definition
I'm not
when I asked you what the
triggered.
definition is,
You
use
got
the same word
butt
in the
hurt
definition.
because you're
got
all
butthurt.
your
You said
feelings
you
are
can do
so
whatever you
hurt
want.
because
You said you
apparently
can
because
do
somebody
whatever you
called
want.
you a bigot, and then it turns out like, oh, it's because you were saying things that were bigoted.
You can't even define, bro. Okay, what's a man? What's a woman? What do those words mean?
A man is somebody who identifies. The answer, you literally don't have a counter argument. You're just like, you're dumb. Make a counter argument, dude. Oh, he just ran? That's it? I'm going to pull up the definition of a dog real quick. So we got that. A domesticated carnivorous mammal that typically has a long snout, an acute sense of smell, non-retractable claws, and a barking, howling, or whining voice. Hey, ran faster than Christian McCaffrey. Shout out Niners. Oh, he's here. I don't know what happened. Maybe he just accidentally dropped. Hey, Josh.
I had to go because I was getting food. I got a question. Honest question.
Oh, wait, you weren't the same guy. Sorry, I want to drop you
have-
again. No, I don't want to talk to you. Sorry, I thought you were the last guy I was talking to. I don't want to talk to you. You're boring. There was somebody else waiting. Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how you guys doing? So I'm from
Good.
South Africa. You'll hear that in my accent. We
I
just
can.
can't get rid of this accent. We tried. Believe me, we tried.
Can I tell you, one of my best friends was South African, and I went with his dad to McDonald's one time, and because of his accent, he would
Yeah?
mess with people, and he would go to the drive-thru, and he would say, I'll have the Biggie fries, 39 cents. And they're like, okay, what do you want a Biggie size? He's like, nothing, just Biggie size, 39 cents. And eventually, like, sometimes he would get it. They would just give him the fries and the drink because he would just pretend he didn't know what they were talking about and use his accent. He was my favorite person. He just recently passed away. There's my memory of him.
We used to make jokes of our own accent as children, trying to imitate different accents, and we couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it.
I'm sorry.
We found it very funny. But in any case, I'm in South Africa, and I've been watching this whole thing on YouTube and on the news and on everything for a lot of years, And then in 2014, I was brought to Texas by some billionaires who just liked me and took me and my girlfriend there to hang around, to come and meet them because they came to meet me. I've got tigers and stuff at my house. And I've got 180
Are you like the
animals at
South
my house.
African Tiger King? What's going on?
Yeah, I am.
Do you
They
also
told
have
me
a
that.
problem with Carol Baskins? How do you feel about Carol Baskin?
No problem with her.
Okay, no problem with Carol.
I don't get problems like that. You have to really get up someone's nerves to pick up problems. I try and not do that. But, when we were there, our rand is very weak. It was about 16 to 1 to the dollar. And we've always had that problem. We are just poorer. And they were extremely rich. But it didn't make a difference because we could get along. We had the same iPhones as the billionaires. You know what I mean? And we're from South Africa. And that was when Trump started running for president, and they didn't like it much. And I didn't have an opinion. I didn't even know nothing about the American system, the Democrats and the Republicans. So I don't know which one would I even vote for. But I'm like totally an outsider. But now what I want to say, because I don't know if your question is why would you vote for Trump? I don't know if you like Trump or not. I
do not.
late into this conversation. Oh, you do not?
No.
Okay, but now I can tell you my job now, I'm a YouTuber. And I do that for money. I do that so that my whole system can exist. And I'll tell you, I was in trouble last week. My house almost got auctioned. And all my animals would have been put down. And of course, YouTube is not doing that great anymore. They pay me okay, but not enough. I fell behind. But when Trump was president, the thing that I noticed was I was getting paid like $20,000 a month from Google. And that built everything. It was not only an American economy, it was a world economy that was growing. And I actually benefited from that.
No, you
But
didn't.
then,
No, you didn't.
but now you must remember.
Listen, when Trump took over in 2016, I guess 2017, the economy was in good shape. It was already booming. The thing, to say that you were doing well under a world economy and somehow that was Trump, like, come on, dude.
I don't know, but the advertising was there, you know?
Well,
And,
yeah, but do you remember
I
COVID?
saw-
Do you remember that COVID happened?
Yeah, no, we had the
Yeah.
same thing. I was doing okay during COVID. Because everybody was
I know,
home
but
watching videos.
I know, but then what happened is, of course, you were doing okay during COVID. You know why you were doing okay during COVID? Because everybody was sitting in their houses
Everybody was
watching
home.
YouTube, and you make your money off
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah, and when people went back
But
to
I was
work,
talking
when people
before
went
that.
back to work, they couldn't watch YouTube as much. That happened to every
It's true,
content.
it's true.
Like, that's literally what happened with content creators.
Yeah. And you know,
Yeah, so it's
I'm
not.
doing
This
still
isn't like a
okay on
Trump
it,
thing.
but-
Trump didn't do that for you, unless you're saying that he caused COVID, in which case,
No,
sure, I guess.
I'm just saying that for a long time I suffered. I had to really work my ass off to keep these animals fed. And you know, it's monkeys. I take in rescue animals. I'm a private guy. I take in animals because there's people just moving to New Zealand. They leave their animals and they have to end up somewhere. And I'm usually the sucker and take them on. And but I'm okay. I'm happy with that. I can look myself in the eye when I do that. You know, I can be happy with myself. And but then when the economy started booming, I had the boom as well. And I really did benefit from it. I bought a new car.
But dude,
And,
listen, hold on. Less people are watching your videos. I also work in content creation. If less people are watching my videos, I need to change my videos. It's possible that people found your channel and they liked it and then they got bored with it. It's also possible that you caught a huge boom because Tiger King came out. You most likely got a boom because Tiger King came out. You had a bunch of people sitting at home. You had a documentary about Tiger King. You had all the best, the best possible conditions for you to succeed were happening at that time. Well, now nobody cares about Tiger King so much anymore, and everybody's back to work. Your content needs to evolve. You shouldn't be. This isn't like Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. This is like your content didn't evolve, or people don't care about your content anymore. It's one of those two things. But this isn't like if Trump gets back in office, then all of a sudden your views are going to go back up. I think it's bananas. You know what would help if he would have pardoned the Tiger King? That might have given you a little boost for a while. What I would recommend for you, Michael, I would recommend adding a little drama, making some videos about Carol Baskin. Maybe see if you can get Tiger King. Maybe do a podcast, interview him, because two fellow Tiger guys. Maybe see if you can get him on the phone from jail, and you guys can talk Tigers, and then post that video. And maybe the views will bump up. But I think what you're describing here is what happens to a lot of content creators, where they think when they get views, then they're just entitled to views forever and ever and ever. And those views eventually wane if you don't evolve.
Yeah, I thought about that. I doubt it. Because,
God.
where does the money come from? Where does the money come from?
The money on YouTube, the money that you're getting on YouTube comes from views and advertisers. So people pay money to Google, which is YouTube, and then YouTube disperses that advertising money through to creators based on the amount of views, watch time, as long as you're not like violating their terms of service. There's different tiers for how many subscribers you have.
Yeah, I'm on very good foot with them.
Yes.
I'm on very good foot with them.
Right.
But
so
do you?
so if you're making less money, wait, did your view numbers go down?
I would like to hear your
wait,
opinion
Michael, are
on
your views
what
down?
do you think?
Michael, are your views down?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think my views are mostly down because all views are down. I
Oh my
think
God, you're so
TikTok
close. You're so close, dude. You're so close to this. Okay, hold on. Let's stay here. Why? No, let's stay here. Why do you think views went down for everybody?
because I was doing about 20 million views a month.
Why do you
and
think
then
views
all
went
of a sudden
down for
TikTok
everybody?
came out, and because I cannot find anywhere where they publish their views. It's like it's a hidden secret.
It's not a hidden secret. I have YouTube as well, and you're much more. Listen, I have YouTube as well, and you're much more successful than me. But there's a plugin that you can get that connects to your YouTube. It's called vidIQ. Free promotion, vidIQ. Here you go. Get vidIQ. You can look at your demographics. You can look at when you get clicks. You can look at when your viewership is online. You can see what keywords are trending with your type of topics. Your views went down, Michael, and you're blaming the wrong people. You're blaming everybody but yourself. There are tools that can help you be successful. Just use those. Just use those tools. But the wrong thing to do is to come on and think that the president of the United States, for some reason, had something to do with your Tiger views going down.
I'm just thinking that.
But I gotta tell you. But I know. Listen, hold on. I have a hard cutoff at 1. I don't mean to cut you off. I would let you keep going, but I've got a hard cutoff at 1. I got to go see my daughter, so I've got to cut you loose here. But you're welcome to come back another time. Okay. All right, brother.
No problem.
God bless South Africa. That's it for me today. The light died in time. That's my reminder. Just a reminder, in my link tree, we do have some merch. We have the Shushies stuff. We've got some t-shirts. We have hats like this. I've got a Shushies hat that I should have probably had ready for this, but I forgot. There's some fun stuff in there. Thank you for all the new subscribers today. Just a reminder, we did drop the subscriber price from $5.99 to $2.99. The lowest amount TikTok will let us charge. That just gives you access to all these little stickers and things. And, of course, as always, we have a Discord. Our Discord's lively, and they're wonderful, and they're hilarious. If you want the Discord link, send a message to myself or Infectious Bites. We'll do that for now. Myself or Infectious Bites, and we'll get you the Discord link. Other than that, thank you guys all for the support on my video this morning, too. I can't believe how many views that got during my live. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. You're wonderful. I will see you all tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And let's everybody be nice to each other. Let's all be nice. See ya.